Alright everybody, what's good? Quancredible here for the review of Black Clover chapter 215. Now I'm really sad, it's kind of like a bittersweet moment, because I'm really sad that this chapter was really short, but I understand why. To those of you that do not know, Tabata's wife recently had a child, probably a couple days ago, so this definitely makes sense why this chapter is literally like half the size of a regular chapter, just because, he has a baby now, so definitely want to be there for that. And we're also going to be on break next week. Again, his wife just had a baby. I totally understand. But I will still bring you the review for this one, as well as my theories and all of that. So this chapter begins right where we left off, with Julius coming back, meeting Yami and William again. And of course, Yami's like, no, I definitely seen Julius die. There's no way that you are him. To his Julius, the moment was kind of funny. He's like, Yami, you're kind of scaring me. But that was funny there. And then we get like that initial meeting between him and William, which I thought was going to be a bit more. I don't know exactly what I was expecting between when Julius and William first meet. It's almost like before William even really gets a chance to say anything, Julius is like, hey, I don't know whatever your reason was for betraying everyone, and like making up for it is just going to take a while. And like Yami's like shocked, because he's like, he's thinking, I already know, you're just gonna forgive him off that, like just off nothing. And Julius is more or less like, I brought William in, so I kind of feel partly responsible for everything that went down. And that's kind of like, that's dope, because like that means Julius is like a true leader. He's definitely taking responsibility for his actions, or for his choices that he made as a leader. I feel like Julius doesn't necessarily blame William as much as he blames himself, which I get. And of course, like, William pledges his allegiance to the Clover Kingdom and Julius once again. And then before I made this, I was on like a couple Reddit forums looking at that, and a lot of people were saying like this is kind of BS, like, oh, William's probably lying, or forget William, he's a traitor, we can never trust him again. I think what a lot of people are forgetting about this scene right here is that Yami's there. Now, Yami has key, and Yami can tell if someone's lying or not. Had Yami felt like William was lying in this exact spot, he would have called him on it or attacked him right then and there. The fact that Yami knows for a fact right here that William isn't lying, and Julius believes in him on top of that, which is kind of what drives this home, which is why I feel like I'm okay with it. Like, the characters in the story know he's being honest. William deserves his shot at redemption like anyone else. Granted, he did get a lot of people killed. That's wrong, I understand. But this is making his character all the greater because of it, because of the journey. But anyway, they flash all the way back to the castle, where like Julius's first meeting, like Yami, Noel, and Mimosa, which is a weird group for him to be talking to. I feel like, because I guess he's briefing them on what's going to happen next, and I feel like he should be talking to captains, not Yami, Noel, Mimosa. I feel like he should be talking to like Fuegoleon, Nozel, and Jack and Charlotte. He should be talking to like captains and not just a bunch of junior Magic Knights. It just seems kind of weird. Anyway, he brings out three problems that they have. The first problem being that the Wizard King is gone. Of course, Asta's like, well, you're right there, but he's mostly talking about his grimoire has been reduced down to a sheet of paper, so he probably isn't the one that is most capable of protecting the country. Then he also brings up the fact that after this event between basically the royals and nobles and the elves, that a lot of people might be wary of the fact, or wary of another person of nobility taking the throne, kind of leaving it out there to who might be the next Wizard King between like Yami, Nozel, and Fuegoleon. Also after that, he goes into exactly how he was able to come back. He said like earlier in his days as the Wizard King, he like happened upon a magic tool called Swallowtail, which was conveniently the last name of Nero. Basically, he was saying that the magic tool and his magic type were very, very compatible, and then he was able to use that to store magic, and basically use that to put a crest on his head and store magic into that, so if anything were to ever happen to him, he could start over with the time that he had in there. But then after that, he brings up their second and third problem. The second one being that the Clover Kingdom will be overthrown by foreign lands, and then the third one is that Asta will die. Well, he says, or Asta will die, or both. Now, I've seen people suggest that he saw into the future to see these things happen, but I don't really think he saw into the future. I mean, it's possible that he could have used his time magic foresight and seen this when he was coming back, but it's one of those things where I think he's just being logical. Obviously, they need a new Wizard King. Obviously, if there isn't a Wizard King in seat right now, then other countries will try to attack them and overthrow them, and again, obviously, if this happens, then Asta will die in the process. I don't really think he was using foresight. That's kind of one of the immediate things that you should think about when a nation loses its leader. With it, of course, we need a new leader. Of course, foreign lands may invade us if we don't have one, and one of our most dedicated soldiers will more than likely die trying to stop that. So possibly he could use foresight, but at the same time, I really think if we think about this logically, he isn't saying anything that you would need foresight to know. And that was the chapter, which was really short. Like I said, my, I guess, overall thoughts and opinions, I thought the chapter was really good. It progressed the story really far along. As far as regarding like the wrap up of Julius coming back to life, I think it was done pretty well. It wasn't done in a way that I feel like it would make death meaningless or anything like that, how a lot of anime shows do. Because kind of like in my mind, when I think of is death meaningless in a series, is like, can I see another character coming back that exact same way, or can the way that the person died coming back to life be abused? And the way Julius did it was super specific to his magic, along with an ancient magic tool that may or may not even be here anymore. So it's like, say if Jack had access to the same thing, would he be able to come back to life? No. If like Mereoleona had access to Swallowtail, would she be able to come back? No. It's one of those, like, the way Tabata explained it, and like with Julius's time magic, it literally worked out perfectly. I can't see that happening to anybody else. As for his predictions, I definitely think that they will be invaded, probably more so by the Spade Kingdom more than anything else. It's possible that the Diamond Kingdom might invade them, but that whole friendship between Asta and Mars, I'm not for sure. And the Heart Kingdom is supposed to be friendly, so unless like there's been a hostile change in their relationship between Heart and Clover, I don't think it'll be them. And as for Asta will die, I mean, Asta's the main character of Black Clover, so I highly doubt it. I mean, of course there's always a possibility that he'll come really close and probably get some kind of shonen main character power up, but as for Asta dying, like, the series is literally about him, so I highly doubt he'll die. But all in all, let me know you guys' opinion on this short chapter. I guess I'll have to figure out something else for you guys this week since we're going to be on break. Outside of that, let me know you guys' thoughts down below, like and sub if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.